Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Manor Lords, where things are definitely looking better for us in terms of the harvest here. No doubt about that. It's still September, and we're done harvesting in all three locations, and we are beginning work on the plow. Now, how long until September is over? It's actually still a little while, I think. So that sounds decent. We're going to continue to plow. This field here is 100% plowed and will be sown fairly soon. Now, over here, we have 4 families in the farmhouse. Okay. We should probably expand that. So we would need 4 total burgages. I'm going to take a bit of road out this direction, and it's going to kind of curve like that. And we're just going to do that. Now, these burgages maybe should have a little bit of backyard to be able to be artisans. And we can start them somewhere around. Why is it trying to go on that side of the road? Bizarre. I want it to go on this side. Okay, it's apparently fairly confused about that, but we can do something like this. Okay, so moving it back a smidgen here so that we can have some amount of backyard. Like that. That'll do. So we'll get those 4 going. That seems fine. And the idea is that those 4 families are going to go into the field. Now, we don't have anyone in the corpse pit. We do have someone in the church right now, and I don't think there are bodies that currently need burying here. So we're going to put them over into the farmhouse. Now, this bloomery exists. Does it need to? I don't see any iron in here. And there's nothing in the iron storage. So I think that we're done with iron at this moment. We see that there's 235 iron slabs, and that is absolutely fine. But I'm going to ditch this bloomery, and we're going to put that family into the farmhouse. Perfect. Now, we've got this dyer's workshop. We want to keep that for sure. And we've got this forager hut up here. That's got 4 families in it right now. I feel like we don't need that. I'm going to pull 2 families out of it, and they are going to go into the farmhouse. There we go. So now we've got the correct amount of families in the farmhouse. We'll be able to put additional families into the windmill, into the communal oven. That'll be okay over here. So that's not a concern. Out this direction, we should be starting to sow some of these fields fairly soon. I think we might still be moving some goods in some places. But we're definitely doing plowing out over here. Okay, we're plowing this field. Yeah, we're hand plowing over here. That seems fine. Our oxen are working out over this way and over here and over here. Beautiful. Our settlement level just increased in Nuslo. So we definitely want to head up over here. And what were we planning on doing here? We already have deep mining. Establishing a new trade route costs 50% less. That's not an ongoing cost. However, it would lead to better deals. Which I think isn't necessarily a bad thing. Indeed. Let's grab trade logistics, and then we'll head into better deals. That'll be fine for now. And then this is a passive income of firewood so long as the region has enough regional wealth, and same with a food cart. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So, foreign suppliers there is definitely something that we probably want for Waldbrand. Now, Waldbrand is currently officially out of food, and that is, you know, very not good. Very, very not good. However, the harvest is necessary here, and we're certainly going to want to work on the food situation over here in Waldbrand. So we have 4 families in this forager hut. The berries are empty. Okay, so we're definitely fully eating that berry deposit. We're not doing that out over here. And we're very close to doing it over here. Okay, so that is noted. As far as the wild animals go, it's a bit down, but it seems relatively fine. So we need to get the plow completed here, and we also definitely need to import some food here. I'm wondering right now... Yeah, we do have a free merchant here. Okay, noted. We have a few eggs. We have a berry. One berry. We probably shouldn't be eating our berries if we can at all help it. So what we really need here is, A, to get Waldbrand upgraded. So we need burgage plots going up. And that's actually something we can do. We can upgrade a couple of these. And I'm going to do it. We're going to get one going here. We're going to get one going here. And we're going to get one going here. Because what we really want access to at this point is the bakery for Waldbrand. What that does is, if we go up here, we can see it produces bread from flour with twice the efficiency of the communal oven. Now, I'm a bit unclear about whether that will make twice as much bread with the same amount of flour, or if that will make bread twice as quickly. We'll see. But for now, we'll need to get going on that. So that seems okay. Now, none of these burgages over here have backyards. So we'd probably have to grab, like, this vegetable garden to get that changed over to a bakery extension. So that's not exactly fine, but we should have a food delivery happening fairly soon here. Stocks damaged by weather in the field out here. Okay, we're still working on gathering this. That's fine. Okay. So that is all being gathered and transported back to the farmhouse. Now we're going to start working on plowing by hand. Royal tax has increased. Tithe paid, goods given away, 9. Okay, so if we check over here in Waldbrand, work area is empty. Yeah, that's the foragers. They don't have anything to gather here. That will recover. I guess they can work on their vegetable garden, or rather their herb garden for now. That's okay. However, our main problem here, of course, is lack of food. So if we look at our actual food situation, which is here, we do have 2 vegetables, we have a berry, and 12 eggs. That's enough to keep us going for a little bit. Emphasis on the little. So we're going to need to get these homes built, which will upgrade our village here. Waldbrand just had a new family start moving in here. That's another mouse to feed. I'm going to put it in the malt house, though. So that'll be fine. How much barley did we harvest here? None there currently. Nothing stored inside of either of those farmhouses. Okay, so it must have been moved. Or already processed. It might be already processed, in which case we don't necessarily want to be here. We may want to assign them to the trading post, actually. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we were plowing this field by hand. We stopped because we need to do some sowing, which is fine. Okay, we went up to 1 month's worth of food here. That's a very good sign. However, this threshing hasn't happened yet. Okay. Well, it is currently October, and we're definitely making progress on the plowing out over here. Out over this way, there's still progress being made on the plowing as well. So that looks good. We do have time to get all of this plowing done. So there's progress being made over here also. Sounds good. The main thing that I don't want to have, and the main reason why we break up these fields like this, is we want to have our farmers not be idle, right? So that is absolutely fine. We're just going to continue to work on this plowing. Settlement level has increased in Waldbrand. Excellent. And yes, we have some requirements not being met. So tavern supply, food stall supply, and that's it. Okay. Noted. So here in Waldbrand, we want to grab bakeries, and we immediately want to replace this vegetable garden with a bakery extension. So that's going to convert that inhabitant over, and I'm going to pull someone out of this communal oven, because that will just be more efficient. So that seems fine. I think we're probably going to slowly convert families over to that. And I'm thinking removing this vegetable garden for a bakery extension. Actually, hang on. Oh, I didn't mean to actually do that, but we'll do one of them. And then one of these that has potentially a lower amount of land assigned to it, like this one. So burgage level is too low here. We'd have to upgrade this to a level 2 burgage. That is understood. Do it. Upgrade that to a level 2 burgage, and that will be fine. So we'll get those constructions completed. We need to pull someone out of the communal oven, and that's okay, because we're making bakeries instead. Cool. So once this burgage gets completed, which is on high priority, that's perfect. Once that gets completed, then we are going to, and we just finished up this construction. Yeah, that's fine. Once we get all of this completed over here, we're going to need to get this wheat threshed over to grain, right? It's not the hugest amount of wheat. We knew that it was going to be mildly awkward in terms of the amount, and it definitely is that. Okay, so we're currently at 0 months of food again here, but that's fine for the moment. We're very, very close to getting some of that going. So this is now a level 2 burgage. I want to put in a bakery extension there, and that means that we take this guy out of the communal oven, and I'm going to demolish that. We no longer need to have that communal oven, so that sounds great. Assuming that we can keep our units, or rather our bakers, building relatively quickly, which is a bit of an assumption, to be sure. So where are those at? Yeah, this is the bakery up here. Noted. So we're lacking requirements for a number of these things. Food stall supply is the most basic thing, right? So food stall supply is significant. No doubt about it. We are still working on plowing, and we're making very good progress on that. So this field just finished being plowed. I want to check up here. Are these all sown? This one is not sown. Okay. So we should be working on sowing this. Yeah. Checking in down over here. This should be reasonably fine. They should get this all finished fairly easily. It's still October at this point. We've got a full another month, right? But lack of food is a significant issue over here. We're getting these bakeries online, but we're going to need to thresh this grain and then grind the grain before the bakeries start actually doing things. Getting the field sown is a very high priority. That's for sure. And we have nothing stored inside of either of these. 164 wheat doesn't feel like it's a lot of wheat. So I think this next year here is going to end up being fairly lean. And it's going to be potentially problematic. We do have 16 meat here right now, so we did get some meat from our hunting camp, as well as probably a little bit of trade. But let's just continue to work on these fields. This over here is still not yet sown. It is fully plowed, and winter is approaching. Yes, I'm aware of that. Okay. So we're currently swarming up over this way to get that field done. We do have enough gold to pay our royal tax, and to that end, 526 is our current royal tax. So I want to hire in some men-at-arms here. So we can do 1, 2, 3, and that'll be good. Okay, sounds great. So this section is almost done being plowed. This section is almost done being plowed as well. Excellent. Okay, so this is being sown, and that is now done. Looks like they are heading over here in a slightly inefficient pattern, but they're going to head over this way, and there's a lot of travel time there. No doubt about it. But there's still work being done on these fields over here. So that looks good. I want to check in over here. Okay, we're just waiting on these 2 ox-plowed fields at this point. Noted. This one will finish up very, very soon. In fact, it is now done. And we're going to come sow this field. So that seems great. Out over this direction, this should all be pretty much completed. In fact, it is. This is a little bit of an issue up here. We might break that field up after it's fallow next. But I want to check here. All of these should be sown. Why is this one staying open? Get out of here. All of the... I had it pinned. That's why. All of these are indeed sown. So that looks good. Down over here now. Sown, sown, sown. Or actually sowing, but being sown. Okay. So these are all going to be producing. This is not actually being sown right now, but whatever. So this is sown, 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 sowing. That seems good. We're almost done with this at this point. The question is, do these 2 fields finish up here? Those are the oxen plowed fields, and these are all done. And there's this field. We'll see if that finishes up before the winter as well. Okay. We're definitely getting very close here to getting this one done. We're going to need like 1 or 2 more passes. Okay. That's now done, and we're coming to sow it, in theory. So we should have that okay. That should be fine. We're sowing this field at this moment. So that looks fantastic. 30%. And we're still plowing over here. So the tithe has been paid, and a family is hungry. Yes, I'm aware of this. We're going to be working on it. We are threshing grain at this point, so we should be working on transporting here and working on that windmill. So that looks good. So grain is being threshed, and this field is now sown. The main thing that we need is this field to be plowed, and it's not currently being plowed because it's December. Okay, so we missed this field. Out over here, this field got 5% sown. Everything else got done. Okay. That will definitely be a better harvest. But it's imperfect. But it's certainly an improvement. So we can get ourselves some more retinue members here, and that of course means that what's the current royal tax? 535? Okay. So that sounds fine. We're going to boost up 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do a 4th here. Actually, let's just max out this retinue. Yeah, we don't have enough right now. We have 79 days. So that's going to be like 3-month ticks, I think. It should be enough. Now, Waldbrand really does lack food. There's no doubt about it. The windmill, however, is grinding flour, and the bakeries should now be bakerying. So that's definitely a thing. Now, as far as food variety goes, we do have vegetables, and we should be getting some vegetables still. I think we can still harvest these in the winter. And we have egg income as well. We have meat income over here. And what other types of food can we get? So, honey and apples. I'm going to import 10 honey, and I'm going to import 10 apples as well. Those are things we don't have the ability to make ourselves. And we're going to no trade the meat. Actually, no. We do have a trade route for this, so we'll keep that. Okay. So now if we go into the bakery here, we can see that these guys are peddling, transporting, and transporting. So I think they're going to collect that situation, right? And if we go into here, we just had some trades happen. And we see that we do indeed have some honey and some apples. Okay, so that will buy us a little bit of time as well as food variety. We do have some angry burgages, and this is due to food. We're working on it. This next harvest should be significantly better. What stocks were in here that were damaged? Oh, it's down over here in Newslow. Okay, I was gonna say Waldbrand doesn't have any food to damage. No, it's okay. It's okay. So we're going to proceed forward here. We are grinding up all of this grain, and it's being threshed as we speak as well. So that's being handled. Saving has indeed finished. And another thing we might want to consider importing here is importing specifically... We could do wheat, but that's 2 and 12. What about grain? Can we do grain? I think that should be a crafting material. Yes. 2 and 12. Okay. So the price is the same. Let's import grain with a desired surplus of, like, 20. Okay. So something like that, so that hopefully we can keep our windmill going. I'm noticing that our regional wealth here in Waldbrand seems to be continually increasing at this moment, so we're going to keep an eye on that. We don't want to import too much here, but we want to get these bakeries absolutely online. So we can see that we are currently doing a lot of transporting, getting fuel supplies. How are we doing on fuel supplies here? 13 months? Yeah, that should be fine. So we're just trying to refuel this. It is refueled. And now we're waiting at the bakery. Transporting in more flour. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're taking flour as it becomes available. So I think we don't have enough flour here yet to actually craft. Noted. And people are indeed hungry. We're working on it. Just waiting for our bakeries to actually craft. That would be nice. Well, bakeries, we've got this one up over here. Transporting. So I think we're just waiting on additional flour. Well, we don't need flour production. We're just waiting on the flour to be moved at this point. Okay. Now, as a curiosity question, we're going to get 5 barley here, 23 barley here, 64 wheat, 17 barley, 50 wheat, 51 flax, 109 wheat, 97 wheat, 91 wheat, 26 wheat, 19 barley, 8... Okay, yeah, this field is still going to need to be worked on in the spring, but that'll be fine. Out over here, we know that we're going to be getting a lot of wheat. This barley field is the one that didn't get planted, and that seems okay. So we can see now that we have 1 month's worth of food, which presumably means that... No, I don't want to demolish this. Presumably that means we've started baking. Yes, we absolutely have. Look at that. 20 bread. Okay. So a new family started moving into the joiner's shop in Waldbrand. Sure. That's another mouth to feed, but it's fine. This next harvest should be a lot better. And we're going to keep importing that grain. So, in theory, okay, 533. That import cost is high. Okay. So, I'm going to stop importing honey, and I'm going to stop importing apples. We're going to look for domestic production of that eventually. We'll need to continue to level up these level 3 burgage plots, and that's understood. But we are going to continue to... I don't want to export meat. No trade on meat. Thank you. We're going to continue to work on importing grain and keeping grain around as much as possible. So that'll be absolutely fine. We're currently back down to 0 months worth of food. We have 200 flour here. Our bakeries should be able to produce a pretty decent amount of food. The question is, can we retain the production, right? We're going to run out of flour eventually. We can see this just ticking on down. We do have 60 flour in our granary right now. I saw minus 124 from the trading post there. I'm assuming that that comes from importation of iron. Iron is going to be very expensive. I'm going to put that down to no trade because we're currently importing iron for 14 gold and then exporting it as tools for 6 gold. So we're going to say no to that. And we do have enough to pay our royal tax at this point. That is noted. Let's continue to return recruits to our retinues here. So we're going to need to bring in guys here. It was, what was that again? 546 gold? Okay. We need to make sure that we have over 546 gold. So we're going to do this once. Just one recruit there. Cool. So it's currently January. We're back up to 1 month of food supply at this point, and that is going to dwindle as our flour runs out. We're definitely going to have an issue with that, but that's why we're doing an importation of grain for right now. Next year, we should have a significantly higher yield. So that is definitely good. And of course, we've got these wild animals up over here for our hunting camp. So that seems fine. And we've got all of this food production from burgages. It's just not enough. Now, these burgages are level 1. They do have backyards. Okay, just wanted to double check that. And it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to work on getting this fixed. We're definitely making progress on it. But I feel like we're not quite there yet. The real thing that will fix this is getting better harvests, right? And we're definitely improving on that. No doubt about that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Tommy Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.